There is not a box of diapers on this goddamn planet that's worth the life of a 1-year-old child. And to see so many people defending it turns my goddamn stomach. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about, or you need more evidence that when Rage Against the Machine said that whole thing about how some of
He is correct. A box of diapers is not worth the life of a 1-year-old. Let's just get that out the way. It is not. I agree 100% with that statement.
need more evidence that when Rage Against the Machine said that whole thing about how some of those that work forces are the same that burn crosses, it was 1,000% fucking right. I'll explain. Sunday, an officer with the Senatobia, Mississippi Police Department shot and killed 1-year-old Cohen Wiley in a Walmart parking lot they were called to over alleged shoplifting. When they got there, they witnessed Cohen, his mother, and his aunt getting into a car with a box of diapers. The car went to leave. The police pursued on foot. They claimed that the car turned towards them, so they fired their weapons into the vehicle, killing Cohen and critically injuring his aunt who was driving. I don't give a
You notice he said they claim. It's not necessarily a claim because there should be footage from Walmart, body cam footage, some form of surveillance around there to prove whether they did or didn't. But we're going to get to all that. Let's finish.
fuck if they stole 1,000,000 boxes of diapers. And there's no evidence they stole the box they did have. Cohen's mother's not being charged with any crime. The punishment for shoplifting is not a goddamn bullet, and the police are not judge, jury, and executioner. Say it with me, you thin blue line flag flying pro-life bootlickers. The police are not judge, jury, and executioner. And anybody that's willing to shoot into a car they just watched a 1-year-old get into should never have had a fucking badge to begin with. And one last thing. If you see somebody stealing food or stealing diapers or stealing formula and your first thought is to call the police, I want you to know that you're worth less than shit on the bottom of a fucking shoe, and you will never be the CEO of the corporations you're shilling for, you soulless fuck.
Look here, man. Brother was very angry. He was really angry. But I think he's angry at the wrong people for the wrong reasons. Because look here, true, false, right, or wrong, there was a 1-year-old that got into that car. The parent knew there was a 1-year-old that got in that car. The auntie knew that there was a 1-year-old that got in that car. Like he said, the woman has not been charged with the crime because come to find out, she did have a receipt. I haven't really dug all the way into that, but I'm gonna do my research just from the videos I've seen. They said she did have a receipt for what she got. Okay. If the people tell you we're calling the police on you, why not just produce the receipt so they don't have to call the police? Because again, you have a 1-year-old with you. Then when you notice that the police has gotten there and it has gotten to that type of situation, why not again produce the receipt to the police? Hey, I purchased my stuff. Here is my receipt. I am leaving. And if the police verify that you had the item was on the receipt, that you did and truthfully pay for it, they just said, have a nice day and went on about their business. But no, they chose to jump in the car with the 1-year-old and try to flee or appear to flee and then drive the vehicle towards the police officer. We just had this situation not too long ago. What happens when you drive a vehicle towards a police officer? He is going to fire his weapon. And I know a lot of people are going to say, just like this man said, why would you fire a gun into a car that a 1-year-old has gotten into? Well, ask the parents, why would you put a 1-year-old in this type of situation when you are the parent of this 1-year-old? Again, you were alive not too long ago. You've seen it all on the news what happens to someone when they drive a vehicle towards a cop. And I know again, people are going to keep bringing the 1-year-old. Look here, man. You are an officer of the law. True, false, right, or wrong. But you still have a duty to make it back home to your loved ones. He could have had a 1-year-old that he needed to make it back home to. And in those split second situations, the only person you need to be caring about living is yourself. I know it sounds selfish. I know a lot of people gonna like that's messed up, but to me, if that's me in that exact moment, excuse me when I say this, but fuck them kids. I have a family to get back home to. I'm not about to let someone mow me down in the car. I am going to do the exact same thing. I am going to discharge my firearm to dispel this person from running me over, ending my life, so I can't go spend time with my 1-year old. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how anyone feels. In that split second moment, the only thing that matters is my life. It may sound mean, but that's just what it is. And if anybody is charged in this situation, it needs to be the parents, not the police officer. If you had a receipt so you could go on about your business and not have to worry about anything and nobody could have got hurt. So if you're gonna blame anything, blame the parents. Just as simple.